believe my stubborn ass walked for so long before coming to sense. Okay, but I'm making progress. I made it back. I'm so happy, so relieved. In the grand scheme of things, I only have very little to go. I can't believe how I so grossly underestimated the distance. It's crazy. Like getting to that beach, even from the other side, won't probably be easy. But yeah, I'll have to check. I made it. At last. I made it. Whew. This is probably this was the craziest adventure by far, bar none. Oh man. Whew. Are those tomatoes or something? In a different part of the island now, a little bit more north and east from where I was, more southern part. This is probably the craziest wave that I've seen. So this is my room. But there's like a pretty cool looking lobby. I'll show it to you right now. But yeah, as far as the people, they're great. Since this is like a more rural part of Florianopolis, everyone seems to know each other and be even extra friendly to each other, even to me, and then like immediately recognize that I'm not from around here because everyone knows each other, or at least that's the impression I got. Maybe it doesn't make sense because this is definitely somewhat popular tourist. Okay, so I'm here now. Nice little place. I think I know now why the trail I walked on was so shit. Like, each step was a question mark. You never know what was gonna happen with each step. I mean, obviously it was very wet, and that's what happens with mud. It's understandable. But I feel like if the trail was a bit better maintained, if it was a bit wider, I would have found out a lot less. But yeah, I think I know now. If you look at the reviews of these trails, they have barely any reviews, right? I walked along this coast and made it, I think, around here to this point. But then you go right here. I was actually right here. This has thousands of reviews. Same as here. And if you look at the pictures, it looks like a proper trail. So come on, Wi-Fi. There we go. Because like I really wanted to see this secluded beach. I thought that would be very cool. But I made the right choice to turn away here. The entire time I was like getting back, I was just so baffled on how far I was like willing to go. Yes, it felt like the end was never gonna come, but eventually I made it out. So yeah, here's the trail I will need to take to get to the beach. As you can see, it has very good reviews. From pictures, it looks similar, very similar, like to the trail I walked over here. It doesn't look like it will offer much more in terms of that, other than the destination itself. But I don't know if I'm willing to put in the effort again, especially considering how much I've bled over here. Even though the trail over here seems to be well maintained, it would still take me like 4 to 5 hours to get there and back. Even though I do want to see this lake and this secluded beach. I don't know if I necessarily want to put into effort to do that. I'll have to see how I feel tomorrow. But even despite that, I'm not mad at all that I picked the wrong trail, because I feel there's a bit of a novelty in it, that I walked on a very difficult trail that many people probably didn't walk on. And it's been kind of my theme with all my travels in Korea and in Brazil, that going to places where people usually don't go, or tourists. So considering that, I'm pretty happy. I'm glad I made it out without like any injuries or anything. It was definitely a lot of fun at the end of the day. But yeah, as far as tomorrow, as far as like this beach, I'm gonna have to think about it tomorrow, see how I feel. It's still kind of up in the air right now. Maybe I'll just stick to this beach, but we'll see tomorrow how I feel. So about the trail, I think I'm gonna go. Apparently it takes 2 hours to get there, but oftentimes there are boats at the beach to take you back, obviously for a paid amount. But that sounds great, that I possibly wouldn't have to return all the way back. Just get to the beach in a couple hours, enjoy the views, then get back by boat. And the funny thing is, when I was returning, somebody commented on my other video from Florianopolis, where he or she directly suggested me to go to that exact beach I was trying to go to. I was like, this is too crazy of a coincidence not to do it. I already worked hard, I don't want it to be in vain. So I think we're gonna do it. Everyone writes the same thing about it though, that don't go there if it's raining, or if it has rained recently. It rained yesterday, it's raining today as well, it's raining right now as well. But yeah, I don't have a choice, it's gonna rain all week. You can't wait 2 days to be dry, it's raining all the time in Brazil. So I just have to be extremely careful when I'm near cliffs. It's gonna take probably longer than 2 hours, because I'm probably gonna keep slipping because it's wet and mud is very, very slippery. Most important thing is to just not to fucking die, you know? To avoid unnecessary risks. Like if I'm near the cliff, just be extremely careful. From what I've been reading, the trail I took yesterday was still more difficult. So in that sense, I feel a little safer, but I can't let my guard down. I have to be extremely careful when I'm near cliffs, because the situation I got in yesterday was pretty dangerous. It wasn't like a super steep one, and there was like a lot of vegetation, but I feel like if I wouldn't have immediately caught onto something, I may have gained too much momentum. So yeah, it's like it took me a minute to get out of there. Like my other leg was tangled by some plants. It took me a little while to get my other leg free, and then I had to figure out a way to like get back, which was because I fell down like a steep rock, and there was nothing for me to grab onto. But I tried to stay calm, look at my options. Eventually, after a few minutes, I made it out. But yeah, I really gotta try to avoid getting into a situation like that again. I could have possibly gotten unlucky there. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hopefully there are still boats around, given that it's raining and people aren't probably taking the trail right now. That trail seems to be much more popular than the one I took, so there's at least some people. It felt weird being completely alone. Actually, I think there are gonna be boats, because I definitely saw quite many of them yesterday.
I don't know if they were the same boats, but I think they were. I think they were the boats that took people from the edge, the end of the trail, back to civilization. I think those were the boats. Right now it's like 10:30 maybe. I can be here for another 1 hour and a half. So I'm probably gonna wait for the rain to run out. This time I'm gonna do it the smarter way. I'm gonna pack water, gonna pack food, gonna cover all of my skin so I don't get a million cuts again. I had so many cuts. I know, like when I got here, I realized how many damn cuts I actually had. Though since they're so thin, they got healed immediately. But they're not exactly like comfortable to be around with. So yeah. Okay, it's noon now and the weather hasn't got any better, but at least now I'm covered up. I gotta go anyway. I have to do it. There's like a kitchen and a little living room. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, this. Fuck! Yeah, I was about to say the waves are crazy. I'm not ready to get wet already. Fucking hell. I'm already wet. I tried to dry all of my clothes, but didn't really do anything. I gotta buy some food and some water beforehand. There's no tourist attraction like over there, but I don't have energy to go there. I have a lot of walking to do. Okay, I bought some snacks and some juice. Now I'm heading towards the trail. The weather has finally settled down a little bit, but it's probably not gonna stay this way. But let's hope for the best. Let's hope that the weather at least won't be like too extreme. I think I saw somebody else. Looked like a backpacker as well. Seeing somebody else will definitely give me a little bit of reassurance. But after this, I'm done. I'm leaving this goddamn area. I'm going back to either the tent or Florianopolis or some other city. I'm not gonna stay here anymore. I have to reach the beach. I think this is the start. Here we go. It says East Lake. 3 kilometers only. I don't think it was gonna be that short. We'll see if that's true. But yeah, as you can see, the trail so far has been a lot better. But I'm also a lot more fatigued than I was yesterday, obviously. I already walked third or maybe 4/10 of the distance, and the trail is still much easier than the one I was on yesterday. Actually, I've only been walking for maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes, so I'm making progress very fast. Okay, the beach should be right around here. Wait, what? Okay, I guess it's behind that ledge. Fine. Is this a boat or something?
Ireland or something. Or Scotland. Oh my god, I finally see it. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy. Okay. At last, I made it. At least some protection from the rain. I was about to say that there probably won't be any boats coming because of the weather. I've been the only one here. Or maybe that one. Actually, that looks like a fishing boat. I don't think that's coming here. I don't plan to spend much time here though, because I still need to be going back all the way I came from. And I don't have any signal, so that's not good either. Right now I'm just gonna rest a little bit, not for too long. I swam a little, I surfed a little, even though I don't know how to surf. There was a surfboard in there. Even though it's a pretty cold day for Brazil, like 22 degrees or something like that, and it's raining, I felt pretty warm. I gotta say, this is by far the most liberating thing I've ever done in my life. Just so disconnected from my life, from my worries, from my responsibilities, from my career, from everything. I feel so free and so happy. But I gotta get signal soon, so I need to get going. I still have 50% to go. So yeah, I'll just drink a little bit more. Hey, there's people. But yeah, I don't know where these two people came from. I know there's another trail that I showed yesterday, this one. It looks shorter, maybe, but I'm not gonna risk anything. I'm gonna come back the way I came from. Since, I mean, it was so much easier than the one I walked the day before. So I'm happy to do it again. Yeah, it took a little less than 2 hours, so I'm happy. I would have definitely preferred to return by boat, but it's a reassuring feel now that I've done 50%. You know, even like when you're working, you reach 50% of the workday, you think to yourself that, okay, I've done more now than what I'm gonna have to do later, right? So yeah, I'm gonna head out now. Hopefully the return is gonna be just as smooth. Well, it wasn't super smooth. This definitely wasn't an easy one either, but a lot easier. But you know, without problems, hopefully. We'll see. Finally, it stopped raining. Took so long, but it finally stopped. Right as I was leaving. Oh well. So far, my return to civilization is going splendid. Felt like an eternity, but we're finally here. 3 kilometers my ass, honestly. Well, maybe it is 3 kilometers, but it makes it more difficult. I don't know. I'm leaving. This is exactly the same. This is exactly what I talked about. Like, when I don't need to eat, there's a fucking million restaurants. But I need to eat, there's nothing. I searched the entire fucking town. Or district, I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking a bus back to the center, which is something I plan to do anyway. Alright, I'm in the same hotel I stayed 2 days ago. I'm gonna load the cords now. I'm gonna do it so that I'm gonna be in a different city or town. I don't want to be here anymore. I think I've seen enough. I really liked it here, but it's time for something else. I wanted to possibly load the cords before that, but the rain today was so intense. I mean, it's raining all the time in Brazil, all the time where I've been. It's so relentless, but especially today. I was lucky that I finished my hike just a little before the rain got much worse. And that was probably the reason why everything was closed. I couldn't find any place to eat. So that's why I'm staying here for one more night. In the morning I'm gonna head out to a new city. So yeah, let's see how that goes.